welcome back to the Crossword vlog, aka Clog. Hopefully the new mic setup sounds alright on your end. It honestly might be better, but you let me know in the comment section. We missed a day on the Crossword vlog. I hope that's okay for our longtime viewers. I had a pretty busy weekend and, I didn't have a streak going or anything, so I wasn't really feeling like trying to attack a Sunday. I proved my point on the Sunday last time around in the first episode, and I was happy to start fresh on a new week. So I'm just gonna go right into the Monday and try to get a nice relaxed, hopefully a little bit fast time, and get a good start to the week going. So ATM withdrawal could be cash. ATM is abbreviated, so there might be some abbreviation here, but I think cash is a good guess. Fish and chips fish is often cod, so cash seems good. Eureka, aha. Knight's title would be Sir, and starts by bypassing the ignition system would be hot wires, like when you're stealing a car. And all of these look correct to me. So mischievous ones, this is a classic crossword one. I don't know, imps just sort of jumped out at me. It could be something else, but imps looks pretty good. An insider definitely has access to privileged information. And a track meet, I actually did track in high school, so I've been to my fair share of track meets. Tidy would of course be neat. I was going to keep going over here, but I just saw this clue out of the corner of my eye, and this is Naomi Osaka, of women's tennis fame. A pager is a hospital notification device, and a stake through the heart of a vampire will kill it. Like a ride that has one holding on for dear life, that would be a white knuckle. When you're gripping something so hard that your knuckles turn white, because you're so stressed. And then materials for a preschool artist, or a hint to all of these. We'll come back to that, but it might be just crayons or something. Sorry, I know some people are going to be upset that I say crayon as crayon, but never. That's a lesson. Don't idolize anyone. We all have our flaws. Incoming deluge. A deluge is like a lot of stuff, like a fire hose. But I'm not seeing the answer right away. It may pop before a toast. Definitely a cork, like a cork on a champagne bottle that you would use for a toast. Amal Clooney, I believe. The wife of George Clooney, and also very accomplished in her own right. Award won by these people? Not sure. In the countryside, though, would be rural. And then make angry would be rile, like you rile someone up. Saucer might be where you put a teacup, and I guess it just was an Oscar. I think I was just looking for something a little too obscure here. Just the common Oscar. An incoming deluge could be an on. We'll come back to that. Employ again. You'd think it'd be like rehire, but that of course doesn't fit. But almonds are nuts. Reuse. Employ as in employ a tool or use a tool. Defeat soundly. Onrush could be an incoming deluge, and then thrash, to defeat someone soundly. Give someone a thrashing, of course. Sharp-witted. Okay. Garden variety, but with a question mark, so some variety of vegetable or something. Homeric epic, that must be the Iliad, because it's not the Odyssey. Whoa, gotta run. I'm out or something. I'm something. A surface can be marred. Angel's instrument could be a harp. You know all those pictures. Christian Dior. Architectural diagrams could be blueprints. And it seems like the theme has something to do with colors. A knack for gardening would be a green thumb. So looks like that's what's going on here. An herb would be something that you would grow in a garden. Lead into bop and wolf. I don't know She Bop, but I know She Wolf by Shakira, I think. Astute, quick-witted, tut-tut, shamed, big-time celebrity, of course, a star. Captain's record at sea. I'm thinking that could be like a ship log or something, ship something. And the letters here look really good. Lassoed, you roped someone. Fairy would be a sprite. Presenter for one of these shows, Morning Edition or All Things Considered, that would be an NPR host. A trot is, a way to run at a leisurely pace. Equipment could be gear. Scots denial, Scot as in a Scotsman, and they might say nay, not as in a horse. You use an oar when rowing, and uno plus dos is tres, 1, 2, and 3 in Spanish, respectively. Decoration on a moccasin or a purse could be, I was thinking like a buckle or something. Or no, moccasins don't really have buckles. It's more like fur, honestly. Hearing things, but with a question mark, so it's sort of like a joke. So ears. You can, like resting on your laurels means like resting on your accomplishments. So I think laurel, it might be L-E, not E-L, but that would be a piece of greenery for a winter's wreath. I'm late, gotta run. And brunched would be 8. Backspace over would be delete. Do my fair share of that. In obedience training is of course often for like dogs or other pets. So you would give them treats. Comprehend, you can grasp something. Panko is the breadcrumb coating. Twitch would be not sure. Stevie Nicks or the Nicks would play in an arena. Stevie Nicks is some sort of musician, but I wish I knew more. NPR host seems wrong because start of a poker pot would be an ante. It's funny because this shows up in this cluing very often, but a lot of forms of poker, in fact the most common form of poker, no limit hold'em, does not usually have an ante. Usually it's just blinds, which function differently from an ante. An ante is not considered a bet in the same way that the blinds are. So it has subtle differences, the way the game plays out. But actually a lot of places are adopting an ante into their structure. So, maybe this is just a little forward-looking. It encourages action and stuff because there's dead money in the middle. Sorry for that tangent. Okay, thing. Okay, this is Ave Maria. Ford or Fiat, those are both cars. They're car brands. Doilies are made of lace. Stately tree. An elm. That's pretty stately. The Oval Office. And a micro would be a germ. Oh, and it is ship log, but it's actually ship's log. Just plural. And I think this would end in paints. Just thinking of colored things. Presenter of these things. Oh, instead of like the human that's presenting it, it would be the station, which would be NPR News. Facts can be skewed, and then a twitch could be a spasm, and then moms are honored on Mother's Day, which happens in May. Card deck used in divination would be tarot. And coconut oil and butter for 2. They're fats. And then finger paints. Oh, okay. I'll come back to that in a second, but I like this theme. Eggnog. Yuletide is Christmas time. Nero was an emperor during the Great Fire of Rome. And snogs is what that means in British. So new feature of the new mic setup is you get to hear the happy little noise you get when you solve the puzzle. So let's go ahead and admire that, and let's talk about the theme really quick. So this is pretty cute. I mean, it's nothing too outlandish as you would expect for a Monday, but finger paints, it's basically like colors, phrases that have colors in them as well as some part of the hand. So you can have, knuckles are obviously part of the hand, as are thumbs, and then prints, I guess, are referring to fingerprints. And then these white, blue, and green are, of course, all colors. If you want to be really nitpicky, it's a little bit of a reach that paints just means color. And then you have thumb, knuckle, but then like fingerprints is a little bit farther away. But I think for a theme like this, it doesn't benefit you to be that nitpicky. I think it's clear what was going on with the theme. It made sense, and these are like what really carries it is that these are all, with the exception of maybe white knuckle, blueprints and green thumb are like A+ tier, like obviously phrases, and then white knuckle is maybe a B tier in terms of like phrases that people have heard. I wouldn't use this as a like adjective. Like I wouldn't call something a white knuckle ride. I would say I was white knuckled or something. But for all these problems that I'm bringing up, I actually did like it. I did enjoy the theme, and I thought it was good. So don't take that too seriously. On the whole, this was an incredibly smooth Monday puzzle. I think it was easier than average. You see, we're not doing the below average series, so I'm not like trying to beat a certain time, but I actually did solve this below my average while, taking ridiculous numbers of detours and stopping and talking about random things. So I would definitely call this an easier than average Monday. But part of what made it so easy was that I think I'm doing a once over again. There really was nothing in the way of bad fill that I could see. I think the fill was exceptionally clean, which generally in a Monday, if it gets hard, it's because there's some nasty fill in there. At least for someone that's like familiar with Monday puzzles. So yeah, I would say on the whole, this bias towards like very clean fill. I liked inclusions of things like hot wire, or hot wires. NPR News was cute. I kind of like that. Onrush is probably the weakest word in the entire puzzle, or weakest phrase. Onrush, yeah, I just don't know if I've heard that word exactly, but maybe it's a real thing and I'm just being picky. But yeah, on the whole, I thought this was an incredibly successful Monday puzzle. It was definitely a bit easy, but for someone that's just getting started, I think they would really enjoy this puzzle. So I think this really set out to do what a Monday puzzle is supposed to do. With that in mind, I'm going to give it quite a high score, even despite like the quibbles around the theme. I think for a Monday, you need to grade it on a scale of what did it accomplish what it was trying to do. I picked that up recently, and I think it very much did. So I'm going to give it a high score of 8.5 out of 10. If you were the constructor, Roy Graham, 8.5 is not like a B by my grading scale. That's a very high grade. 5 is completely average, so you're significantly closer to perfect than you are average with this puzzle. So great job. I really like this one. Anyway, thanks for watching.